Hello students, last class we have discussed the methods of how to find the equation of circle passing through 3 points and what are concyclic points. Suppose 4 points lies on the circle, we say that the 4 points are concyclic. 4 or more points lies on circle, we say that those points are concyclic. Suppose 4 points are given to you. How to show that the 4 points lies on a circle? You have to form the equation of circle passing through any of the 3 points and substitute the 4th point in the equation. If it satisfies, we say that the 4 points are concyclic. Also, we have discussed how to find the equation of circumcircle when the equations of its sides are given to you. Suppose 3 sides are given to you, you have to find out the vertices by solving the 3 equations. After getting the vertices, we can find the equation of circle by taking the standard equation as required equation and substitute the 3 points, we get FGC and substitute in the above equation, we obtain in this manner the equation of circumcircle of the triangle when its side equations are given to you. Or otherwise we can form L1 L2 plus lambda into L2 L3 plus mu into L3 L1 is equals to 0, and if it represents a circle, we make coefficient of x square is equals to coefficient of y square and coefficient of xy is equals to 0. We obtain 2 equations in FGC. After getting the FGC values, after getting the lambda comma mu values, substitute in the above equation, we obtain the equation of circle, that is the circumcircle of the triangle formed by the 3 side equations. Okay, in this manner we can find the equation of circumcircle when the sides are given to you. Obtain the lambda mu is one method and obtain FGC when taking the standard equation is one method. So in this method we can find the equation of circle. Also we have discussed one important result, that is the image of orthocenter. What is that? Image of the orthocenter with respect to any side of triangle always lies on its circumcircle. So if you take the orthocenter of any triangle, find its image with respect to any of the 3 sides of the triangle, that must and should be lies on what? Circumcircle of the triangle formed by the triangle. So the triangle is there, its circumcenter is also there, take its orthocenter, its image must and should be lies on the circumcircle of the triangle. Also we have seen one of the problem related to that one also. Now in this class we have to discuss the things like, one is the notations. With the help of the notation, we can, entire chapter will be developed in the entire thing will be go on the using these notations. Okay. After getting the notations, let us see how to define whether the point is inside or outside or on the circle, that is the position of the point with respect to the circle, and then go for power of a point with respect to circle. Next, what is the length of tangent from point to the circle? How to define length of tangent? What is the length of tangent from px1 comma y1 to the circle? So let us see all these things in this class. Be careful, listen carefully. Okay, let us start the class. Notations. See here, notations. All of you know one notation, that is S, first standard form. What is your S? S is equals to what? X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. This is first notation. Already we have used it so many times. S is equals to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. This can be written as x into x plus y into y plus g times of x plus x plus f times of y plus y plus c. Am I correct or not? X square is nothing but x into x, y square is nothing but y into y. 2gx can be written as g plus x, 2fy can be written as f times of y plus c. Now, I am going to write the next notation as si, s suffix I, where I belongs to natural number. Si is obtained from the above equation is replace 1x by xi and leave next x as x. That means what? X times of xi, xxi plus y times of yi, y into yi plus g times of x plus xi. Replace 1x by xi and leave the other x as x itself plus f times of y plus yi plus c. This is the next notation where I belongs to natural number. This is the next notation. All these notations will be used in the further concepts. Okay. So Si, example S1, because 1 is natural number, S1 represents what? Xx1 plus yy1 plus g times of x plus x1 plus f times of y plus y1 plus c. Suppose in future, suppose we have in this manner, instead of this one, we can write as S1. Suppose in your theorems, suppose equation of tangent, equation of chord of contact, like that, the equation may be S1 is equal to 0. Instead of the whole thing, you can write as S1. So our S1 is xx1 plus y1 plus g times of x plus x1 plus f times of y plus y1 plus c. Suppose you have S and some point x1 comma y1. How to build up this S1? X into x1 plus y into y1 plus g times of x plus x1 plus f times of y plus y1 plus c. For example, your S is like this. S is equal to x square plus y square plus 4x minus 6y minus 1. Suppose your S is like this. Your point is, now how to build up S1? S1 is nothing but, suppose your point is x1 comma y1. So you can build up S1 as x into x1, x into 1, this is 1, plus y times of 2 plus 2 times of half of 2g. Instead of 2g you have write g, that means half of x coefficient. G times of x plus x1, x plus, what is your x1? 1, x plus 1 plus, that is here minus 3. Minus 3 times of y plus y1. What is your y1? 2 plus constant. What is your constant? Minus 1. This is your S1. We mean what? X plus 2y plus 2x plus 2 minus 3y minus 6 minus 1. That means x plus 2x, that is 3x. 2y minus 3y, that is y. 2 minus 6 minus 4 minus 4 minus 1 minus 5. This is your expression. In this manner, we can write S1. So some point is there, some S is there, you can write S1. It represents one linear expression. 3x minus y minus 5. It is in terms of x and y. If you put it is equals to 0, it becomes equation of straight line. Understand? So once if you have x1 comma y1, or if you write this one as x2 comma y2, this becomes what? S2. So in this manner we can build up Si. For example, this is S1. Your point is x1 comma y1, say 1 comma 2. Your S is like this. We can build this manner. Understand? This is S. This is Si. Si. S1 is example. It is always in the expression of x and y. Don't forget. Next, S is there, that is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. We are going for the next notation. The same S can be written as x into x plus y into y plus g times of x plus x plus f times of y plus c. The next notation is Sij. In earlier we have seen about Si. Here it is Sij. What are I comma j? I comma j also belongs to natural numbers. Sij is defined in this manner. replace 1x by xi and another x by xj. xi xj plus yi yj plus g times of xi plus xj plus f times of yi plus yj plus c. This is Sij. Replace 1x by xi, another x by xj. 1y by yi, another y by yj. This is j. Okay. For example, S12. How to obtain S12? Here I is 1, j is 2. x1, x2 plus y1, y2 plus g times of x1 plus x2 plus f times of y1 plus y2 plus c. That's it. This is, so to obtain this value, what we need? One s will be there, x1, y1, x2, y2 should be there. Then only we can express S12. For example, your minus 4y minus 12 is there. How to write S12? We suppose say, so S12 is equals to x1 x2 plus y1 y2 plus g times of x1 plus x2 plus f times of y1 plus y2 plus c. So to write S12, what you need? One expression, s will be there and 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 should be need. Therefore, for example, your s is equals to x square plus y square minus 4x minus 12 is there. Your points are 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. This is your x1, y1. This is x2, y2. So how to build up S12 now? S12 for this expression is what? x1, x2 plus y1, y2 minus 2 times of x1 plus x2. There is no y here, minus 12. That's it. So if there is a square, you have to write in product manner. If there is a summation linear, that you have to write half of this value with x1 plus x2. You have to write in this manner. So x1, x2, 1 into 3, 1 3s are 3. y1, y2, 2 4s are 8 plus 8 minus 2 times of x1 plus x2. This is 1 plus 3, 4 minus 12. That means what? 11 minus 8 minus 12. This is minus 1 minus 8. So minus 9. This is constant. In earlier what you have obtained? We obtained one expression for S1 or S2, S3 like that. Here S12 or S23 or S34, whatever it may be, we get some value here. This is the another notation. What is Sij? What are I comma j? Natural numbers. So if you know how to write Sij, you can give any example. So for write Sij, you need one expression s and 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. Once if you have this material, immediately we can write S12 or S23. 2 3 is obtained means this is x2 y2, this is x3 y3. That's it. So the entire work will be same thing. That is one of the notation. So Sij is your next notation. Okay. Let us see another notation. We have already s is what? X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. The next notation is Sii. Replace j by I in the above Sij formula. Sii is nothing but xi square plus yi square plus 2gxi plus 2fyi c. This is the notation. That means you just substitute xi comma yi in your s, we obtain Sii. Here I is also belongs to natural number. Example, suppose s is equal to x square plus y square minus 3x plus 4 is there. Suppose your point is 2 comma 1 is there. How to obtain S11? That means S11 means what? X1 square plus Y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus C. This is S11. 2 comma 1 is your X1 comma Y1 say. S11 is obtained by just to substitute the point in this square plus 1 square minus 3 times of 1 plus 4. That's all. That is nothing but 4 plus 1 minus 3 plus 4. This is 1, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 4, 6. This is also one value. So in this manner, we can obtain Si, Sij, Sii. I comma j belongs to your natural numbers. So this is the way to write the notations. These are the notations. One is S, Si, Sij, Sii. These are Sii. These are the notations what we have to use in the further concepts. Now, I will summarize all these notations to you. This is your S, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. This is Si, xxi plus yyi plus g times of x plus xi plus f times of y plus yi plus c, where I belongs to natural number. This is Sij, xi xj plus yi yj plus g times of xi plus xj plus f times of yi plus yj plus c, where I comma j belongs to natural numbers. Sii, replace I by j, we get x square plus yi square plus 2gxi plus 2fyi plus c. These are the notations what we have discussed up to now. Okay. Now, let us see the next concept. Position of point with respect to circle. Some circle is there. You take any point in the plane of circle. How many possibilities are there? Point may be inside or on or outside to the circle. Am I correct or not? These are only 3 possibilities for point with respect to the circle in the same plane. Let us see the diagram, how to obtain the conditions. This is circle. This is the center of the circle as shown in this figure. This is C. This is one of the point. Okay. This is say P. What is the position here? The point on the circle. This is another point. What is its position? R. So this is outside to the circle. This is the point which is inside to the circle. So if you draw any circle in this plane, the circle divides the plane into regions. This is outside portion. So the entire thing is outside to the circle. This is so this portion is inside of the circle. This is the points which are on the circumference of the circle. So these are the 3 categories. So if you take any point in the plane of circle, that may be inside or outside or on. If you take P, where it is? It lies on the circle. If you take this point Q, where it is? It lies on inside of the circle. It lies inside of the circle. If you take this point R, which outside of the circle. This is inside of the circle, outside of the circle, on the circle. So there are only 3 possibilities. Now, suppose some point is given to you, one circle is given to you. How to distinguish whether it is outside or on or inside to the circle? See, I am joining these 3 points to the center. This is one distance, this is the another distance, this is the third distance. Now you can easily say that these 3 distances are upon the radius. That means if the point is on the circle, the distance from here to here is what? Radius. Cp is equals to R. Cp is R. Here Cp is R. What about Cq? So it is always less than radius. The distance from here to here is the radius. Therefore, Cp is less than R. Again, Cr is greater than R. Since the radius is here to here only. This is extra part. Cr greater than R. So with respect to the radius, can I decide whether the point outside or inside, whether the point inside or outside or on the circle? Am I correct or not? Okay. So the point, whether the point on the circle, inside the circle or outside the circle, by depending upon the radius of the circle as well as the position of this point. How to decide this one? If the distance from here to here is CQ, which is less than the radius. So the distance is less than the radius, we say that the point is inside of the circle. Suppose the distance from point to the center is more than the radius, we say that the point is outside to the circle. Suppose your point is on the circle, the distance from center to that point is equal to the radius of the circle. In this manner, if CP is equal to R, the point should be on the circle, CQ less than R, then Q is inside of the circle, CR greater than R, then the point outside to the circle. Okay? In this manner, we can define whether the point inside or outside or on the circle. Understand? So what you have to do? Find the distance from center to the point. You get some distance. Compare that distance to what? Radius of the circle. If it is more than radius, that is outside. If it is less than the radius, that is inside. If it is equal to the radius, we say that the point on the circle. So from the next concept itself, no need to find the distances. By looking at the point itself and the equation of circle, we easily find whether the point is outside or on or inside. Okay, just within 5 minutes I can tell to you. So this is the way to find the position of the point with respect to the circle now itself. Understand? This is the position. There are only 3 possibilities, either outside or on or inside. 3 possibilities. Okay. This is the diagram related to this one. Next, power of a point with respect to a circle. Power. Power is defined for a point with respect to a circle. It is not defined for circle. Power is defined for a point with respect to a circle. If the point is changed, power will be automatically changed with respect to the same circle. With respect to the same circle. How to define the power? Let us see. Let P be any point in the plane of circle S is equals to 0 with the center at C and radius R units. Then the power of P is defined as Cp square minus R square. What is Cp? Distance from center to the given point P. Then Cp square minus R square, this amount is called power of the point P with respect to the circle. This is the definition of the power of P with respect to circle. S equal to 0 is a circle having center at C and radius R units. Then this quantity Cp square minus R square is called power of P with respect to the circle. See here, this is a circle. This is the center of the circle as shown in this figure. This is some point P in the plane of the circle. The point may be either outside or inside or on the circle. Whatever it may be, power may be defined. So Cp square minus R square. This is Cp. The distance from C to P is Cp. It's a square of distance minus radius square. That is Cp square minus R square is the power of point P with respect to the circle. So this is the radius. This is the Cp square. Cp distance Cp, you square it and R square it. The difference Cp square minus R square gives the power of point P with respect to the circle. This is the definition of power of P. What we study about the power, let us see. Okay. The power of point Px1 comma y1 with respect to the circle S equal to 0 is S11. That is why we studied about the notations. Already we discussed about notations. That is why. So the notations will be occur in this type of theorems. The power of point Px1 comma y1 with respect to circle S equal to 0 is what you have to prove? S11. What is power? Cp square minus R square. What is P? Given point Px1 comma y1. What is R? The radius of the circle. So the given circle is what now? S is equals to 0. Okay, this is the circle. This is the center of the circle as shown in this figure. This is my point P x1 comma y1. Now we are going to find out the point P with respect to the circle. Understand? So what is my point P x1 comma y1? This is C. What is my S? S is equals to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. This is equal to 0. Up to this expression, we have is equals to 0 is there. So S equal to 0 is the equation of circle. S is expression. If you take it as equal to 0, that becomes equation of circle. Understand? Up to S, that is an expression. Make equal to 0, that becomes equation. So S equal to 0 is there. What is the center of the circle now? Center C is equals to minus G comma minus F. What is my given point P? That is x1 comma y1. The radius of the circle, root of G square plus F square minus C. You have this information. Once if you have this information, can I find Cp square minus R square or not? That is my power. Definition of the power of point P. Cp square minus R square. This gives power of what? P. Power of P. Cp means the distance from here to here, whole square is there. x1 plus G whole square plus y1 plus F whole square minus of G square plus F square minus C. Right? Just expand this one. What you have? x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1. G square gets cancelled. F square gets cancelled. Minus into minus plus C. What is this one? x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus C. What is the value from the expanded S11? From the notations itself, what is the value? This is S11. So power of point P x1 comma y1 with respect to the circle S equal to 0 is S11. Dear students, note one thing, when you are going to find the power of point P with respect to circle, you make your circle equation must and should be in the standard form. Must and should be in the standard form. Otherwise, we can't get the correct value for S11 because the notations are applied by you. Notations are found by you. That is S11. S11 is defined for what? S. So when you are going to write S11, your equation S must and should be in this form. So suppose if you have 2x square plus 2y square is like that, if you write just substitute the point in that expression, we can't get S11. That is the power. When you are going to find the power of the point S11, your circle equation must and should be in the standard form. That is x square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. Your notation is in this manner. Then your power must and should be Cp square minus R square. Then that converted into what? S11. So when you are writing the S11 or root S11, whatever it may be, keep your circle equation must and should be in the standard form. That is, you have to make the coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square as 1. Remember. So this is S, this is C, this is P, this is radius. Power is obtained by Cp square minus R square. So this is the value S11. Okay. So finally, what is power? Cp square minus R square. When you simplify this one, for S is equal to 0, what it value? S11. Okay. Let us see the concept. This is the problem. Find the power of P 5 comma minus 6 with respect to the circle. Just one example to you. How to find power? You no need to go for Cp square minus R square. We have defined like that as S11. How to obtain S11? Just to substitute the point in the circle equation itself, we obtain the power S11. So before going to substitute this point in this equation, what I have told to you, your equation must and should be in the standard form. What are the coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square here? 1, 1. That is why no problem. Suppose there are 2, 2, you have to divide entire equation by 2, then go for S11. Understand? Now, S11 is obtained by just that is x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. I mean you substitute the point on the circle equation itself. This is x1, this is y1. That means what? 5 square plus minus 6 square plus 8 times of 5 plus 12 times of minus 6 plus 15. Don't write is equals to 0 again. You just your value of S11 is that much. X1 square plus Y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. That's all. This is nothing but 25 plus 36 plus 40 minus 60 plus 12 minus 72 plus 15. So this is the value of the power of the point P with respect to the circle. What is up to now? 76. 76 minus 72, that is up to 4. This is plus 25. This is plus 15. This is 40 plus 4. So answer is 44. So the power of P with respect to the circle S equal to 0 is what? S11. Just to substitute the point in the equation, we obtain the power. Before going to substitute the point, you just see whether the coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square are 1 or not. If they are not 1, you divide entire the equation with that coefficient of x square or coefficient of y square. Both are same in the circle. Okay. Next. Position of a point with respect to a circle due to its power. Due to its power. No need to find radius and center for given circle to find the position of the point. How to find the position of point? In earlier what we have discussed, find Cp and take radius and compare Cp to radius, then we get the position of the point. After getting the power of P, we can easily find the position of point with respect to the power. So if you just calculate the power of P, we can easily say that whether it is outside or on or inside of the circle. No need to bother about center and radius, find the distance Cp like that. Understand? How to do this one? See here, this is the center of the circle. This is any point in the plane of circle. Line joining of Cp, the diagram related to the concept. Okay, understand? See here, what we have to do? Position of the point without finding the center, radius, the distance Cp due to its power. How to find this one? Suppose P is any point in this plane of circle as shown in this figure. S is equals to 0 say. This is my circle, S is equals to 0. What is its center? Minus g comma minus f. You know the radius as root of g square plus f square minus c. Okay. What we have discussed earlier, your point is P. If Cp greater than r, that is outside of the circle, equal to r, that is on the circle, less than r, that is inside of the circle. So Cp is greater than or equal to less than r, the point is either outside or on or inside according to these three inequalities. Am I correct or not? This is a distance, it is also a distance, both are positive, you can easily square it. Implies what happened? Cp square is greater than or equal to less than r square. You mean what? Cp square minus r square is greater than or equal to less than 0. What is Cp square, my dears? Cp square minus r square is your S11. Am I correct or not? S11. This is my S11. Already we proved Cp square minus r square is S11 for S is equals to 0, which is greater than or equal to less than 0. So what we obtained from this equation now itself, if S11 greater than 0, your point is outside. S11 is equals to 0, your point is on the circle. If S11 less than 0, your point is what? Inside of the circle. So just by substitute the point in the equation itself, we can decide whether it is outside or on or inside of the circle. So your S is the circle, you just substitute the point. What you obtained? S11. Your S11 is greater than 0, P outside. S11 is equals to 0, P on. S11 less than 0, P inside of the circle. In this manner, we can show that whether the point is either inside or outside or on the circle. No need to find CP distance and radius and CP minus R. We can't find all these things. Just substitute the point in the equation of circle itself. We obtain the position of the point with respect to the circle. S is equals to 0. Greater than 0 outside, is equals to 0 on, less than 0 inside of the circle. So it is the way to find out the position of the point with respect to power of the respect to the circle. Understand? This is the corresponding diagram. For this, locate the position of point 1, 5 with respect to the circle. Understand? I am not going to find the center and radius and distance CP. Just to substitute the point in this equation, we can easily verify the point whether inside or outside to the circle. So substitute the point. What happened? 1 square, that is S11. 1 square plus 5 square minus 2 times of 1 minus 4 times of 5 plus 3. So 1 plus 25 minus 2 minus 20 plus 3. Is it positive or negative? Clearly positive. This is up to 22. This is 3 plus 1 plus 3. So this is clearly 7. It is strictly positive. 7 greater than 0. We mean S11 greater than 0. That means what? Point P is outside of the circle. So no need to find CP distance and radius, etc., etc. Just to substitute the point, and if it is positive outside, is equals to 0 on, less than 0 inside. Okay. Now let us see the theorem. Very, very important. Read yourself. Suppose a line passing through the point P intersects the circle S is equals to 0 at A and B. Then we have to show that PA into PB is equals to S11. See, that is why we defined notations earlier. So in every theorem, we have in this manner S11, S12, S1 plus S2 equal to S12, like that. So once if you know the notations, you can easily understand the statements. Understand? So for our convenience, they are prepared the notations. Suppose a line passing through your point P intersects the circle S equal to 0 at A and B. Suppose your point is say x1 comma y1. Then only we obtain S11. Understand? So the point coordinates are what? x1 comma y1 intersect at A and B. Then what you have to prove? S1 into PA into PB is equals to S11. How to get this one? Let us see through the diagram. This is the circle. This is the point, whether it is outside or on or inside of the circle. So I am taking the point here itself. This is my point P. Coordinates are x1 comma y1. Okay, then only we get S11. Your point is x2 y2. This becomes what? S22. That's all. Okay. This is the line passing through P, intersects the circle at the 2 points as shown in this figure. They are A and B. Okay. This is the point P. This is the A. This is another point B. These two are the points of intersections of circle with my line through the point P x1 comma y1. What you have to prove? The distance PA and the distance PB. You have two values. Their product is always equal to power of the point P with respect to the circle you are going to prove. How to prove this one? I am going to use the parametric equations of straight line. This is my line. Suppose my line makes an angle theta positive direction of x-axis. So any point on the line may be taken as any point. Any point on line is what? x1 plus r cos theta, comma, y1 plus r sin theta. My dear students, this is not radius. This is the distance r. Parametric point on the line I am taken. R is not radius here. Okay. This is any point on the line. x1 plus r cos theta, y1 plus r sin theta. This is my point. If it lies on my circle, we obtain the condition. What the condition? The distances are obtained. PA and PB will be obtained through the quadratic equation related to R. So, this is the point of intersection. I am taking this is a point on the line. My point of intersection, immediately this point satisfies what? My S. What is S? S is nothing but x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. 2gx is also there. Plus c. So this is my 0. So this point immediately satisfies this equation. What we obtain? See here, x1 plus r cos theta whole square plus y1 plus r sin theta whole square plus 2g times of x means x1 plus r cos theta plus 2f times of y1 plus r sin theta plus c. Am I correct or not? This is the substitution of the point in S is equals to 0. Observe, my dear students, which one is constant, which one is varying here. Theta is fixed because line is fixed. The angle made with the positive direction of x-axis is fixed, that is inclination. This is fixed. Theta is fixed. x1, y1 is given my point. Given point. x1 comma y1 is its my point. So there is no change. What is the change here? The change is r because the variable point is moving on this line. The distances will be varying. That is why r is the variable here. We obtain the quadratic equation in r. We obtain quadratic equation in r. For x1 also square is there, but it is not quadratic in x1 square. x1 is a constant. If you square it, that becomes a constant. So this is quadratic equation in r. On simplifying this equation, what we obtain? R square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta. We mean plus something into r. I am not interested to write the coefficient of r. Let us explain to you. Plus, what is the constant here? x1 square is constant. y1 square is constant. So I am writing x1 square plus y1 square. Next constant is what? 2gx1. Again 2fy1 plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1. Next what? Plus c is there. Is equal to 0. After simplifying this equation, so my point on this circle, after simplifying this equation, we obtain what? R square plus something into r plus, what is that? The entire thing is S11 is equals to 0. Now tell me what is it? It is quadratic equation in R. Am I correct or not? What it represents? It represents the distances PA and PB. Its equation has two roots, say R1 comma R2. These are the distances, one is PA and other one is PB. R1, R2 are the roots of this equation. This gives the distances, one is PA and other one is PB. Am I correct or not? This is in R. So, what is my product of the roots? R1 into R2 is what? From the quadratic equations itself, C by A. What is your constant C? S11. What is the coefficient of x square? That we mean R square, 1. That is S11 by R is what? Here 1. That is S11 by 1 It is nothing but S11. What is R1? PA to PB. So PA into PB is equals to S11. This is the wonderful result for you. P is any point in the plane of circle. You draw a line through P. If it intersects the circle at A and B, immediately we obtain the condition, that is PA into PB is equals to S11. So how to obtain this one? Just I recall once again to you. You take any general point on the line, x1 plus r cos theta, y1 plus r sin theta. If that is my point of intersection, one of the point of intersection, you just substitute the point in the circle equation. Satisfied. S11 is equals to 0. So the point will be on the circle. You just substitute the point in this equation. Immediately we obtain quadratic equation in R. It represents what? It gives the roots R1 comma R2, say the PQ. The line passing through the 2 points P and Q is called secant line. Any line passing through P and Q is called a secant line. So PB any point in the given plane of circle, Q is the any point which is on the circle, QB any neighboring point of the point P which lies on the circle, join PQ, then PQ segment, PQ bar line is called secant line. So very simple definition. This is my point P which lies on the circle. This is the point Q which is neighboring to my point P. Now the line passing through P and Q, this is the line which is passing through PQ, is called secant line. So this is my secant line. Chord means here to here itself only. The line intersects the circle at PQ. The segment PQ is called chord, is called secant. This is the difference between the secant and chord of the circle. So this is my secant line. If you take the another point here, some Q dash, join like this, this is another secant. If you take here itself, if you join like this, you get another chord, another secant. Up to here is a chord, the entire line will be secant. So you can draw infinite number of secants to the circle. Understand? This is the main difference between chord and secant. Chord means here to here length. This is the chord. The entire line will be secant to the circle. Understand? This is the definition of the secant. Okay. Now, tangent at point P to the circle. Tangent at point P to the circle, let us see. Already we have the definition of secant. When it becomes tangent to the circle, I will explain with the help of the diagram. Listen very, very carefully. This is the turning point to the circles. Tangent. This is your circle. Say S is equals to 0, whatever it may be. This is a circle. This is my point P. I am going to define tangent at that point. I am going to define the tangent at that point. Listen carefully, my dear students. This is the point Q which is neighboring to P. And this is the line joining of PQ. What is it? It is a secant line. This is one of my secant. when it becomes tangent to my P? That is the question. So, listen carefully. This is one of the point R on the circle as shown in this figure. This is the another point S on the circle. Now, your point Q moves on the circle in this manner, then the secant becomes what? In this manner. The secant is varying in this way. So, your point Q is moving to P in this manner. So, PR is the another secant line and PS is the next secant line, and then we obtain tangent at P. So, the when PQ becomes tangent at P, we mean limit QP along the circle, secant PQ becomes tangent at P to the circle. See the experiment here. I want to get the tangent at P to the circle. Q is the neighboring point on the circle to the point P. Now we are approaching the secant line, becomes tangent at P via your point Q is moving on the circle such a way that the point Q becomes P, then your secant line becomes tangent at P. Suppose your point is here, the point Q becomes here, the secant line will be in this manner. Suppose your point is here, your secant line is in this manner. So, your secant line is coming in this manner. After some time, when Q approaches to P, your secant becomes tangent to the circle. It touches the circle at only one point. At only one point. So, we are approaching Q to P along the circle. The secant line becomes tangent to the circle. We mean the circle touches the line at only one point, and we say that the line is tangent to the circle. So, in this manner, the secant becomes tangent to the circle. So, Q approaches to where? P, along what? Circle, right? So, we can define in this manner, limit Q tends to P, secant PQ is tangent at P. This is my definition. Limit Q tends to P along the circle. Very, very important. Q is moving to P along the circle. The secant PQ becomes tangent to the circle. This is the definition of tangent of the circle through secant line. So, there is a, if you want to write tangent at any point, suppose if you take the point here, this is the tangent, this is the tangent. It touches the circle at only one point. Okay, this is my point, right? Now, after defining the tangent, how to find the length of tangent from given point to the circle? Your point must and should be outside of the circle, then only we define the length of tangent. Length of tangent from point P, which is outside to the circle, S is equals to 0. How to define this one? Let us see. P is any external point to the circle, S is equals to 0 with the center at C. If you draw tangent to the circle, if it touches the circle at my point T, then PT is called length of tangent from point P to the circle, S is equals to 0. This is the definition. P is any external point. Already I explained. P must and should be external point to the circle, S is equals to 0. What is PT? Is tangent from P to the circle, S is equals to 0, touches your circle at T. Then the length of segment PT is called length of tangent from P to the circle, S is equals to 0, whatever it may be. So, I will explain the definition through the diagram itself. This is my circle. This is the point which is outside to the circle. Carefully. I want to define the length of tangent. This is the tangent. we can draw, we can extend. Whatever it may be, this may be tangent. Tangent, length of tangent, if you want to find, you pick out the of contact first of all. So this is the point of contact as shown in this figure. This is T. This is my point of contact. Then the distance from here to here is called length of the tangent. The distance from here to here is length of the tangent. What is T? T is the point of contact of tangent to the circle. This is called what? Point of contact. Point of contact. Where the circle touches the line is called point of contact. Dear students, this is also entire tangent. No doubt at all. If you want length of tangent, we define in this manner. This is the length of tangent. The entire thing is tangent to the circle. The line is infinite length. But we have the definition in this manner. Length of tangent, we mean the distance from point which is outside to the circle where we are going to find the length of tangent, the point to the point of contact. Point of contact, I mean where the tangent touches the circle. So the distance PT is called length of tangent from P to the circle. This is the definition of the length of the tangent. Understand? The entire line is tangent. I agree with you. But length of tangent is defined in this manner. The distance from the point P to the point of contact T. Right? Now, see this one. Length of tangent from Px1 comma y1 to the circle S equal to 0 is root S11. S is what? Standard equation of circle. Suppose, dear students, don't forget, some point is given to you, find power or length of tangent, your equation must and should be converted into your standard form. Otherwise, you get different values, the answer may be wrong. Okay, so length of tangent from x1 comma y1 to the circle S equal to 0 is root S11. Already we have defined S11. S1 is obtained, just substitute the point x1 y1 in your S equals to 0. So root S11 is what? Length of tangent. What is power? S11. So power and length of tangent have relation. The square root of power is length of tangent. Is it correct always? If it is possible, it is correct. We mean, suppose your point is inside of the circle. What about S11? Negative. To find its root? No. So, your point is outside of the circle or maybe on the circle. We can define power of point is equals to length of tangent whole square. Length of tangent whole square. That is the relation, whatever it may be. Now, let us try to prove this one, root S11. Length of tangent from point Px1 comma y1 to the circle S equal to 0 is root S11. How to do this one? This is my circle. S is equals to 0. This is the center of the circle. This is my point P. Compulsory outside to the circle because length of tangent is defined for the external points. This is the tangent drawn from P to the circle. It touches the point at T as shown in this figure. So T is the point of contact, P is the given external point, C is the center of the circle. So join C to T. What is the angle here? The angle must and should be 90 degrees. Am I correct or not? Point of contact is T, C is the center. If you draw line, then the angle must and should be 90 degrees. Because if you draw any line parallel to that one, this is called every perpendicular bisector should passing through center of the circle. Okay. Now, this is the radius of the circle. Join P to C. Okay. This is the diagram related to the theorem. We have to show that the length of tangent is root S11. It is very easy for you. What is the distance from here to here? CP. This is the length of tangent we are going to find out. This is the radius of the circle. What is the angle here? 90 degrees. The diagram itself gives the result to you. What is CP square? By Pythagoras law, Cp square is equals to Pt square plus R square. Pt square plus R square. Side square plus side square is equals to hypotenuse square. Now what about Pt square? Pt square is nothing but Cp square minus R square. My dear students, what is Cp square minus R square? Power of the point P with respect to the circle. What is power of P? x1 comma y1 with respect to the circle s equal to 0, s11. So, can I write this one as s11 or not? This is my s11. So, Pt square is equals to s11. S11 is clear to is 0 because of your point is outside of the circle, power is positive. We proved. So what is my Pt immediately? Pt is equals to length of tangent, that is equals to square root of S11. That's it. So power of the point P with respect to the circle S equal to 0 is what? S11. The length of tangent is what? Root S11. This is the way to prove that the length of tangent from Px1 y1 to the circle S equal to 0 is root S11. We can prove the same thing in the another method also. Already we proved that suppose P is any point, it intersects the circle at A and B. What we proved earlier, PA into PB is equals to S11. Now B becomes A, that becomes tangent at P to the circle. So this is the tangent drawn from P to the circle. Suppose it touches the circle at T. Pt is length of tangent from P to the circle. If both lengths are same, then what we get? Pa whole square is equals to S11. Pa is equals to Pt, that is equals to root S11. Am I correct or not? Pt is equals to Pa square is equals to S11. Therefore, Pa or Pt, that is equals to what? B becomes A, that becomes tangent. Am I correct or not? So, from that itself we can prove that one. Pa into Pb is equals to S11. If Pa is equals to Pb, that becomes B becomes A, the secant line becomes what? Tangent. So, the length of tangent is nothing but what? Root S11. Because Pa square is equals to S11, therefore Pa is equals to root S11. In the same manner, we can approach that Pa into Pb is equals to S11. Suppose some line intersects the circle through P at A and B. If you draw a line through P, it touches the circle at T, then Pa into Pb is equals to Pt square. Am I correct or not? Pa into Pb is equals to Pt square. What is Pa into Pb? Earlier we have proved that it is S11. This is your S11. What is Pt? Pt is nothing but length of tangent. What is length of tangent? Root S11. Root S11 whole square is also S11. Therefore, Pa into Pb is equals to Pt square. P is the point. A line through P, intersect at A and B. Again draw tangent through P to the circle, it touches at T, then Pa into Pb is equals to Pt square. This is the special case of Pa into Pb is equal to S11. Here P may be either outside or on or inside, whatever it may be, this is true. But if P is outside, we can express the entire thing in terms of length of tangent. Pa into Pb is equals to Pt square. Don't forget this result. Okay. Next. See the problem. Find the length of tangent from 2, 5 to the circle x square plus y square minus 5x plus 4y minus 5 is equals to 0. So, how to find the length of tangent? Length of tangent formula is what? Root S11. So, length of tangent is equals to root S11. How to obtain S11? Just to substitute the point in the circle. When you are substitute the point in the circle equation, your equation of circle must and should be in the standard form. We mean coefficient of x square equal to coefficient of y square must and should be equal to 1. Is it 1 or not? Yes. There is no change to equation. So length of tangent is obtained by, that is square root of 2 square means what? 4 plus 5 square is nothing but 25 minus 5 2s are 10 plus 4 5s are 20 minus 5. This is the length of tangent from point P to the circle. This is 15. This is also again 15. 15 plus 15, 30 plus 4, root 34. Okay, 15 plus 15, 30 plus 4, 34. Root 34 is the length of tangent from point P to the circle. So, length of tangent is obtained by root S11. Am I correct or not? So, your point must and should be outside. If your point is inside of the circle, find the length of tangent, it is meaningless. So, your point is always outside of the circle, then length of tangent is defined. Just I will give one summary just within 2 minutes. What we have discussed, notations, S, SI, Sij, Sii, like that. These notations are used in the theorems like this. Okay, the power of the point is defined as Cp square minus R square. Power of P with respect to the circle S equal to 0 is what? S11. And we define length of tangent. Length of tangent from point P to the circle S equal to 0 is what? Root S11. Also we discussed one theorem, that is any line through P intersects the circle at A and B, PA into PB equals to S11. If point is outside of the circle, PA into PB is equals to PT square, where T is the point of contact of tangent to the circle. Okay, understand? Thank you very much.